What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. You got myself, Tommy. We got Akeem here, and we got a bib. Um, it's a sad, sad day for football, man. Honestly,
It's a
we're just
glorious day for football.
we're just talking about how sad it is. Oh man! But look, we'll get into the details. I think Saeed should be joining us in a few minutes, but for now, you just got three of us. Before we get started, people, if you can please subscribe to the channel, click the like button, turn on your notification to know whenever we upload. And let's get some comments from you, man. If you have some questions for us, is this definitely title over? Do you think there's any late dramatic storyline that's coming up? Look, for me, I don't think so because I've got this emptiness inside of me, man. It's a sad day. I really don't want them to win it, but I accepted it. But now that it's actually happening, I'm sad.
I know why you feel the way you feel. It's because before, at the start of the season, it kind of felt like it's going to happen. Like Arsenal going to win. It kind of felt inevitable. Then when Man City beat them recently, that's when it felt like, okay, like it's actually happening again. So I think it gave all of us the belief that the pendulum.
You know what? I've actually thought they was gonna win it. You know, when I changed my mind in January, even when Man City beat them, I was still consistent because I was so confident Man City were gonna drop points. But
even
I just don't know what.
I remember him saying.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you know, when you think something's gonna happen, but until it's actually happening, you don't know how much it's gonna affect you and how. I don't think people understand the hurt inside of me right now. Like, I don't think you understand the hurt inside of me right now. But we're just gonna have to deal with it. We have to find a way. We might need to find a new hobby in the summer, just something to keep us away from football. I'll be honest with you.
I think like 10, 15 minutes after the game ended, I was thinking like, why do I even watch football? It's such a crap. Is this even worth? Is it even worth it? Like Chelsea lose every week. Tottenham are going to survive. Arsenal are going to win a title. Like, it's not even worth. I think it's worth it. It's like a toxic relationship. This sport.
Yeah,
even for your Arsenal fans, you probably think it's a toxic relationship as well.
Yeah.
Favor now.
It's just at this part of the relationship is just going well. You know, this is the part of the relationship where everything, you know, it's not the honeymoon. That the honeymoon period went long time ago. We're past all of that. We're past the beefing. We're past the honeymoon. Now things are just going well. We can tolerate each other's company.
You know, it's funny because obviously, me and you, Tommy, are speaking from someone who doesn't want Arsenal to win the league, and that's how we experience this match. But even though I didn't want to speak to my brother, it was actually interesting hearing his perspective. Like, he was FaceTiming Tao, your cousin, and then they were literally just like, they just couldn't speak. They were saying the heart was beating the whole game. Like, they were so nervous. Like, it felt so relief. Like, so from your point of view, it must be the flip where it's like your heart just can't take it. It must just be so stressful just watching this every week.
Me?
Yeah.
Who else wants Arsenal to win the league?
Do you know how many times I've given up on this league in the last month? I've given up on this league. I've since the Carabao Cup final, I've never really had that much faith in Arteta anyway from the get-go. Some of the players, they've let me down before, so I don't have any faith in them. Even today's game, Arteta, I felt like he wanted to throw it away for some strange reason. I don't know if he was trying to help West Ham so that Tottenham get relegated, or he was trying to make a game of it. I don't understand because the substitutions that he made no sense. But we'll get to that. But yeah, the last couple of weeks has just been, I don't know, man. This football, man,
it's not comfortable, isn't it? Like, they don't make it comfortable. I think that's what's it's the fact that from the other side they give us hope, and then they just score in the last minute or something like that. But from your side, it must be like the same thing, right? But the other way is that it's never easy for you. Like, it's always on the edge, isn't it?
Yeah. It is always on the edge, and they're just not trying to. They're not trying to win this league easily. They're not trying to get it wrapped up and do it the way Liverpool did it on the clock and on the slot. They're just trying to give us a flipping brain aneurysm, give us anxiety, give us heart attacks. They're trying to give us a slow and painful early death. But hopefully they get it over the line. Just 2 more games to go in the league, 3 more games overall in the season. Windows free, and bloody hell. Oh man. Yeah, just Windows free games. And
you touched on let's just go into the game itself, Akim, because you touched on Arteta not making it easy. You thought he was trying to give the game away with a substitution. I'm guessing you're referring to the first one, because at the early stages of the game, you was at them, you created like 3-4 chances. There was literally dying for their lives. Keeper was making saves, clearing ball off the line. And I think the game really changed when Ben White got injured. And I know people are frustrated at Arteta because the straightforward substitution when Mascara, that was the straightforward. But look, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I know in hindsight is a beautiful thing, yeah, but because you was in the ascendancy where you had them pinned back, I felt like he didn't want to stop that momentum, and he didn't want Maresca wouldn't have been able to apply the same pressure or provide the same attacking abilities as Ben White. So I felt he just wanted to keep that pressure. But he knew already, obviously, that changed the game and it didn't work. But I could, on me playing devil's advocate here, I can understand what he must have been thinking. Because at that point, you had them pinned back, they were all over the place. And I just felt he just didn't want to let them off at that point. Well, it obviously didn't work.
I get it. And yeah, when the substitution, so when the substitution happened, I was gobsmacked, because at first I was like, why the hell? Why isn't it not just a straight substitution from Mascara? Mascara's played right back. In hindsight, I understand he's thinking, but it wasn't the logical thing to do. The logical thing to do was to keep right in midfield where he was winning. He had won that midfield battle. Rice and Lewis Kelly had won that midfield battle. So you keep them there where they were dominant. And it's only one piece of the jigsaw that was missing. And you had a ready-made replacement there. But yet you go and you start moving pieces around. That's what destabilized the team, and that allowed West Ham to get a foothold into the game, and it made it a game. It made it edgy. It made it very competitive, where it wasn't in the first 20-25 minutes before the injury. So yeah, and then on top of that, he made instead of taking Zubimendi straight off, he takes off Calafiori. I'm like, brother, Calafiori was getting in between the lines, causing them problems. So you take him off, you move Miles Lewis Skip. So now you just completely reshaped our midfield from the starting lineup. The decisions you were making almost cost us not just the game, but the league. And I would have wanted him lynched if we had lost today. I'm being real. If we had lost today because of those decisions, I would have wanted him executed. But luckily, our goalkeeper,
his life basically.
Sorry?
That Fernandez guy saved Arteta's life, basically.
No, it wasn't Fernandez, it was Raya. Raya saved his life.
Raya.
No. Do you know what?
I think it's a good save, but I think when you're in that position, you shouldn't make it savable. But I think it's a bit.
I think it's. I'm with Akim. I'll say Raya. The reason why is because I think the easy thing to do in that position was to go far post. So he tried to give the keeper the eyes. And Raya read that.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for you to read it, because he tried to go near post. He tried to give him the eye, because normally look, the space you got, the easy thing, and that's the mistake he's made. Go far. Go to the far post, curl it round him. You have a bigger
Then he's got no
space there.
chance. Yeah.
Then he's got Then he's got no chance.
But yeah, that's
one Riot came out so quickly, gave him a difficult choice. Like, so he made he has to make a decision straight away.
Yeah.
Secondly, he read the eyes. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It takes a lot. Like, I know, like, we in those, yes, you are right. We take it for granted sometimes how like keepers' decisions in those split seconds matters, and we don't give it as much credit as we give the attacker.
We don't. Tommy, God bless you for saying this. Go on.
And I think that moment was it was a perfect example of it.
Yeah.
Because one, he came out so quickly, giving the attacker that has to think quickly. Secondly, the attacker tried to give him the eye, and he read it. He done everything you want. He done it there. So that's what I got to give it to.
You know what?
Right.
Though, like, I get what you're saying in terms of like Raya made it hard for him, and like, but as soon as he gets past the last defender, he takes another touch, and him taking that touch makes everything easy, or it makes Raya's decision a lot easier. Like Raya doesn't need to be as big to cover down the angle.
But what I'm saying, why did he take that touch? Because Raya came out so
quick.
No,
he doesn't need to.
That's what I'm saying. It's because Raya came out so quick.
Him taking a touch gives Raya more time and him less time. Because the space between him and Raya is a lot bigger, a lot smaller now. Whereas if he takes, like, and if you watch great finishers, they finish it when before the keeper starts moving. Like Raya cuts down the
yeah, I get you, Saeed, but remember, one, he's not a striker. Two,
he's not. But the thing is, like, I don't care. Like, as in, all football players after training's done, they do those kind of drills. If you get what I'm saying, and a one-on-one, boom. Putting it bottom corner. And to be fair, like, I'm not taking anything away from the save. The save is great because at the end of the day, 9 keeper out of 10 dives to the far post, innit? Doesn't save it there. I'm not taking anything away from Raya, but all I'm saying, Fernandes shouldn't give Raya that chance. Fernandes literally, that's why he has an angle. In that moment, he's got 2 options. If you get what I'm saying, but by the time he takes the shot, he only has one option: try and go by his near post, didn't he?
Yeah, he could have still gone.
No. He could still go far post. Don't do that. No. By the time he took the touch, he could have gone both ways.
Still go far
post. I'm saying by the time he shoots, watch it again.
He could have gone far post.
He could have gone far post.
He could have gone far post. Watch it again.
He could have gone both. He could have gone both ways.
Yeah, watch it again. He still had.
He's not going to far post. Raya probably will save it.
No. He could have gone far post.
He could have, but it would have been harder for him to score.
I'm just watching it right now. He needed to take that touch because the ball came.
To control it, because the ball came out fast.
He had to control it. Yeah, you had to.
Yeah, the ball came out fast.
I'm just watching it now. The ball came out fast. What are you talking about? You had to take that touch.
He takes a touch after the defender, and then he takes another touch.
No, he had the first touch he took. I'm just watching it now. He had to take that touch because the ball was going away from his body. He had to control it. Yeah, so he takes it. You are right. He took the second one, but by the time when he took that second one, Raya was already out.
That's my point. So the first touch is
Raya read the situation. Raya read it from the pass and came out basically.
I see. Raya, I'm just watching it again. Yeah, watch it again. As soon as he took that, even when he took that second touch, he still had all the goal.
Yeah,
I remember it at his mercy. I'm just watching it right now.
I think
we could behind the goal. I wish we could watch it from behind the goal because you'll see how much angle. Like being up for this, I think he's got less of an angle. I agree with you. He's got less of an angle.
No. How can you have less than an angle with the biggest space than the smallest? What are we talking about here? I get I heard what you're saying. Like maybe even if we're saying what you're trying to say is, if you're saying the only option he's had is near post, then that's more credit to Raya because Raya's made that decision for him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm giving.
Who we giving credit there to then? Is Raya then?
I said to give all credit to Raya, but I said also is Fernandes giving him the option to be like.
Based on what I've just seen now, obviously you can go watch it again. I'm just saying even when he took that second touch, he still had the whole goal at his mercy.
Oh, he had the whole goal at his mercy,
and he decided to go like say, look. I think Raya just read it perfectly. Sorry,
I think I understand what Saeed is saying in a sense of, so you're giving full credit to Raya because even still, like no matter what, the save was a difficult save to make because Fernandes tried to trick him, right? And even still, he read the trick and he had a great reflex save. But what I think Saeed is saying is you shouldn't have given him the possibility to be able to make the save, whether you shoot after you've taken that touch, whether you shoot first time. But by taking the extra touch, you can take the touch, sure, but you are narrowing your angle.
Yeah, allow him to settle. Yeah, now I get that.
You are narrowing your angle a little bit. And
Yeah.
it's still possible to score the far post, which probably would have been better.
But even when I'm watching it now, I thought that extra touch even helped him from what I'm seeing now. Because it still looked very composed.
You know what? I remember watching it live.
It was so slow. It was a slow motion while I'm watching it.
I thought he was gonna run it into the. I don't know if you guys remember when I play football. I'm somebody who takes a lot of touches, and I thought it was gonna be one of them goals where you have so much time on the ball, so much time with the goal that you just make it look easy.
Yeah.
But he had all that time, and he still missed.
Yeah, no, but you are right though in the sense that the more time you take with the ball, the more opportunity you give him the keeper. Fair enough, I get that. But I'm saying like he still had a whole goal to his mercy. I think what he tried to do, he would have had a better opportunity going to the far post rather than their post, because he still had a whole goal to his mercy. And he tried to obviously trick the keeper, but the keeper read it up well. And I said, like, look, credit to the keeper, and yes, to him. But I think
I'll say more Raya. I'll say
I'll say more Raya. But I hear, like, obviously now that we talked about it, yeah, I see what you guys are talking about, but I'll give it more to Raya than anything. And the reason why I won't say that is because Raya's, like, my rating for him has gone a lot higher this season than any other season. Like, I just think he's just been pure class this season. Obviously, he's got that. It plays on the edge a lot, so it keeps, like, a lot of times you feel like there might be some sort of mistake, but he always gets away with it when he makes those mistakes. But he's just been pure class, and he's always saved Arsenal a lot. He saved Arsenal a lot of times this season, so I think he deserves, in this moment, is exactly given the magnitude of the game, how long left in the game. If you put all of that into perspective, like, you have to give him that credit.
Yeah, definitely, I do. And just one quick, I want to quickly mention about goalkeepers. I think goalkeepers are worth their weight in gold, just the same way strikers, finishers are worth their weight in gold. I hold them in high esteem. I think, I remember when Roy Keane was saying goalkeepers are just there they're just there to do a job and save shot. I think he's got it wrong, and I think that's the type of arrogance that's made him not being able to expound on his career as a manager, because goalkeepers, bro, they're to me, a goalkeeper and a striker, they are as valuable as each other. Yeah, I mean, somebody that can bury a chance or a half chance, and somebody that can pull out saves that you're not meant to save. You shouldn't save that, but yet you are able to. That is worth its weight in gold. And goalkeepers are underappreciated.
I feel like both yours and Man City's keepers have had a huge part in the title. It's like, it's not just this game, but there's been countless games where Raya saved you. Even another time in this game, that header, like, I didn't realize how good of a header it was.
Yeah. Castellano header, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he had to make a proper reflex save to save that. And if you go on the other side, look at Donnarumma, the amount of times he's had to make saves for City as well. Like that one against Liverpool and like the last minute. Even against Everton, like if it wasn't for Donnarumma, they could have been like 4 or 5 down.
I can't lie to you. Like the saves that I've seen Ryan make this season, I hate the guy, man. I can't lie to you, bro.
Do you know what it is for me with Ryan? Like, he doesn't even look like his stature isn't like the big. Like, the Schmeichel is big, and like by the time he's covering half the goal.
Was big.
The saves that he makes are just ridiculous. And like, sometimes it's double saves, sometimes it's he puts people off. Like, definitely.
I think he got his spot on side because he just doesn't. It's not the biggest of keepers, but I'm not trying to compare him to. I'm not saying what's his name. What's the Everton keeper called? Pickford is similar to that as well in a sense, but Raya just is at a higher level to that because they're not as big. They're not big keepers, but the saves that they come up with. And then on top of that, it's so good with his feet as well. Yeah,
it's even harder for him.
I watched today's game and I made up my mind. I don't care about what anyone else says. I don't care what anyone else says. I watched today's game, not just today's game, just this season's totality. We keep arguing about who's world class in Arsenal's team, but see that triangle: Saliba, Gabriel, and Raya. They're world class to me. I'm not arguing with anyone else. You can argue with you can argue with your father, your sisters, whether it is.
Yeah, argue with the man in the mirror. Yeah. I agree with
you. Them three, but that's another conversation for another day. Them three, they're
class side. Which one do you know?
The last point I want to make about Raya as well is that when he came from Brentford, right, like he's definitely gone levels above, so he's definitely been working his craft as well. And I love that in players like you can tell he's definitely been working that. Maybe he felt that he's at a high level, so he has to show himself more. But yeah, no, I love that.
Which one of the trio do you not think is world class, Said?
Me.
Yeah, because you.
I'll say of all of them, Saliba, to be fair. But my thing is like to be world class, you have to win things, isn't it? And you have to have a consistency over a couple of years, innit? And they might be world class soon. Yeah, give them that. But like, I think you have to win things.
I think we just keep doing that. They've been consistent for a very long time.
So why is Saliba not world class?
They've been very consistent, bro. They've been very consistent.
Well, do you know like? As in, when everyone says Saliba must be world class, like, as an like to say they're world class, like when one of them's out of the team, like they do look different, though, innit? Right?
No, and see, that's the only point people are trying to make. But I can only judge them based on what I can see, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? If they come out of that team and then go and do rubbish elsewhere, fair enough, it's up to them. But from what I can see for 3 seasons now, these guys are flawless, bro.
My point is like, so Gabriel and Saliba, like if one of them's out of the team and someone else comes in, they're not as formidable. They can't like as in
no.
They can't
Okay, so I have to stop you there. Sorry, my friend. Because there was instances this season where Gabriel was out of the team, and yes, sure enough, we missed him. Sure enough, our defense wasn't as solid. But Saliba's performances didn't drop. Hence why we were still top of the league.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. But look, as I said, I'm not one here to argue it, bro. I've seen enough for the last 3 seasons, and like them 3. Like they're the reasons why you won the league. I'll be honest.
100%. I said that weeks ago.
Them 3 are the reasons, bro. When we was talking about
advice as well.
Yeah, Rice is But when we talk about when we kept on talking about player of the season, we'll talk about Bruno winning the Rice player of the season. We'll talk about. I won't put Rice. It'll be Gabriel or Raya. You know what I'm saying? I know we don't like to give it to goalkeepers, which is fair. But Gabriel, I think it will definitely be up there because the guy. Anyway.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast.
I made up my mind, man. Them 3, hopefully, don't worry. PSG's got something for them anyway.
You have anything positive to say about the captain about your captain? Because when he came on, I feel like he was your brightest spark. Scoring the goal.
Hey, man like Martin that don't like to show up in big games.
He showed up today.
He showed up today. We needed something off the bench.
And when he played my pass into Madueke, I was like, oh, for flip's sake, this guy, he's feeling warm today. He's feeling lively.
Yeah, but the Madueke did nothing with it. But see him. I've actually given up on him. But even though I've given up on the older guard as well, I still would like him sold in the summer. There's a lot of players. That's another topic for another conversation for another day. Today, when he came on, he did well, man. He played a couple good passes. He was brave on the ball. He tried to dribble. He tried to take on his man, and that's why I ask, like, be creative, be brave, and. He's done that a couple times when he's come off the bench this season. Like when he come off the bench against Atleti, in midweek, he was okay as well. So look, I think that's probably his position, on the bench, and coming off of it.
Did you say Odegaard to be sold in the summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, bro, I've got a shopping list for the summer. We'll go into that another time.
Fair enough.
Do you think it was?
I want to ask you something about the shopping list as well.
I think we'll do that for another day because I think that topic is one for another day because there's a lot to talk about. I was actually even thinking to have like a whole United panel, like a separate show with Saeed, Ade, Moss, Max and Latif to discuss the summer. And I'll probably do the same with like Arsenal, Chelsea. We will have an intervention.
I'm here by default.
Intervention is needed.
I've been trying to get on Chelsea's back today. You did more this weekend, no?
But yeah, look, we'll get to that.
Do you guys think it was a foul at the end though?
Yeah. That was clear.
Yeah, that was a foul.
He held on too long. He held on too long.
Say, is I've seen Arsenal bully keeps like this all season long,
and this goes back to the point. You are right, Saeed. And I think the point I'm trying to make is I made earlier before we started the show. When is your time? Everything just goes your way. But regardless of them doing it throughout the season, we can't deny that that's, for me personally, you can't deny that's a foul.
VAR made the right decision.
He should have just let go. If he didn't held on for. If he held on and dropped his hand, fair enough. But he kept, bro. The brother didn't let, bro. It's as if he's trying to drag him home. Let go of his hand.
So I'm not saying the guy who was blocking the keeper was a foul. That's
what they call it.
Both was a foul. The guy that blocking the Pablo. What's his name? Pablo.
Yeah. He was like
that one I've seen also do all season, isn't it? Like, I heard them saying, "Oh, you need to be stronger. The keepers need to be stronger." So
yeah, that one I didn't strong enough to be a foul. But to be fair, I didn't actually see the shirt pull. So if the shirt pull was bad, then fair enough.
But I will say, I do think Ryan would have got the ball. He would have held it or punched it if it hadn't happened.
Yeah. And I agree. I think Ryan would have held it or punched it. So I think it was reasonable. I think, as I said, it's like sometimes when you're destined to win something, because as you said, Arsenal's probably done it so many times this season. It's destiny, bro. You can't do anything to stop it. Like these things, everything, like little decisions like this are all gonna go your way. You know what I'm saying? That's just how, and that's what is seeming to be really. So,
do you know the funny thing is, I was in a place where there was quite a few like West Ham fans in it, Hammers. And literally, I was watching it, but I was watching my phone, so it was a minute delay, and they were celebrating. I'm like, what are you celebrating for? They were like, Wilson scored. So I saw the shot just before the corner, and I thought, like, how's he scored? Like, are you celebrating something that ain't happened yet? And as I hear them celebrating, so as I see the goal, then I hear them go quiet. Like, why are you quiet? Like, you just won whatever it is. So, but apparently the team's not quite well in it, and but it's always funny, like being in and around like fans when things go your way or don't go your way, especially with VAR in it.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's move on. Look, just a quick one. Do anyone think that anything is going to happen in the last couple games?
I still think Man City are winning the league personally. I don't know where it's going to come, but I think there's a shock coming.
Yeah, you reckon?
Wow,
last day of the season.
No, the only one that I think is possible is probably Palace, but Palace are not messing around with
Europe.
Europe. They're gonna want to go and win that. So
and plus us beating West Ham today confirmed Leeds and Palace's safety. So Palace, you owe us.
But it's not even your safety that they're worried about, like as in
no, their safety.
Them South London boys, like let's go and shout the North Londoners. If they have the right spirit, I think they can. I want to see drama on the last day anyway. Like, we haven't seen anything since what?
Aguero.
That was Liverpool City. Remember when City went 2 goals down to Aston Villa, and then City came back? Do you not remember that day? It was the last day of the season.
The 99-98 point season.
Yeah, and I remember Gundogan scored the winner before.
Yes. Good one. Yes, Gundogan's winner. I remember this. I don't remember the actual game. I just remember his winner. So yeah, it must be in it. Yeah.
I really weren't paying attention to football them days there.
Arsenal doing the
All right, cool. Look, let's move on to that. Let's move on to your boys, Chelsea. I think it's almost certain that you will make Champions League. Look, let's look at the positive. The positive is that you've managed to stop your losing drought. I mean, what should I say? I mean, lose and run. So it would have been 7. So it was still 6. And I thought you played well on Saturday. I'll be honest with you. I thought you played well. I'm sure you must.
Second half, especially.
Yeah, second half, especially towards the first half. I think after like 30th minute, you just dominated the play. They couldn't really get out their own box for a long.
More first half than the second half, if anything.
Yeah, I thought the first half. I think once after like the first 10-15 minutes, it was all Chelsea. I felt for me because they got their goal, and I thought Chelsea, Liverpool couldn't with string passes together.
Yeah.
I thought he was all over them. You are now 6 points behind Bournemouth.
Why are we still looking at the table for? We don't need to.
So which is it's not likely you're gonna make Champions League football.
That's like
no point really.
League, like it's not. You know, it's not gonna happen.
No point talking about the game, but let's just touch on moving forward. Where would you still like to get some sort of European football? Because that's possible. You can still get. Because I think I was watching something the other day on Sky Sports News. We can have up to like 9 teams potentially in Europe next year. So if Palace wins, if obviously first if Villa wins the Europa League, Champions League goes to 6th place, and finish 5th, Champions League goes to 6th place. Then Europa League will then go to 7th place. And then if Palace wins Conference League, then they go to Europa League, and 9th place goes to Conference League. But would you still want some sort of European football, or would you prefer to have something like United and not play any football just to get yourself back on track? Because I know it's like European football helps with money, and it helps with obviously to find like players. But would you want a reset, like a hard reset, kind of like we did over the summer? As long as you add like additional players, the right players, what as a Chelsea fan, what do you think will work out better for you?
No, I want Europe. I want Europe, even if it is a conference or Europa League situation, mainly because I think what worked so well for Maresca in his first season was having those European games, just because I know in theory, and obviously it's worked out for Man United, I know in theory they say like having more time to prepare and stuff is good, but sometimes I think there's nothing like just that freshness, that sharpness of like playing more football, especially even if it's something like Europa League or whatever, or Conference League where we're playing our fringe players, because at least it gives the fringe players a chance to play as well, and fringe players can even work their way up to the first team. And I think what worked well for us in the first season under Maresca is having those extra games just gave us more time to practice the manager's methods as well. And if anything, almost having 2 teams as well kind of allowed us to rest our B team and keep our A team fresh. But then if someone in the A team got injured, then we could bring someone from the B team to come and play in the A team essentially. So I think, especially with us, because we've got such a big squad, I think we do kind of need Europe. Whereas with United, you always had kind of a thin squad anyway. So I don't think having the extra games would have helped you guys. But listen, what's going to happen basically is Chelsea have given up the league because we're going to win the FA Cup. And then we're going to get into Europa League, essentially. And then we're going to get Xavi Alonso. And then we're going to start playing champagne football. And then by the end of this year, everyone's going to forget about all the crisis. Oh, woe is me, Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea are going to blow up as an institution, right? We're going to get Xavi Alonso. We're going to start playing some champagne football. We're going to be around the top 4 area. And all of a sudden, everything's going to be positive again. There'll still be some booing for the owners, but once we start winning games, things will be a lot quieter. So that's why I'm calm in it, because I know we're going to win the FA Cup, but I don't really care what happens in the league. And as we saw against Liverpool, we raise our level anyway. It's the small teams that we have our problems for. We raise our level for the big teams, unless Rafinha's our manager. If Rafinha's our manager, then we don't raise our level for nobody. we drop our levels. But when Rafinha's not a manager, we step up to the big occasion. So Liverpool was just like a little bit of a healer. And Man City, Don't worry. That's why Man City need to win this league because they're not winning the FA Cup. So if they want to end the season on a high, they need to step up in the Premier League.
I hate to burst your bubble, but Graham Hunter is a credible journalist for Spanish football. I'm not sure if you know Graham Hunter. He said, watch his interview with TalkSports. He says, under no circumstances does he believe Xabi Alonso takes that job under that regime at Chelsea. Under no, he just does not see it. Under the current setup that you have right now, especially because of what he went through with Real Madrid, under no circumstances, and having speaking to Xabi Alonso and also, I don't know what they're going to promise him, but under no circumstances does he take that job. And he said that if he does take it, get me back, and then we can talk. And he's a very credible journalist.
Graham Hunter's very credible.
Very credible, Graham Hunter. He said it that, so maybe you might need to rethink the Xabi Alonso part. Everything else can go smoothly, but maybe think of another manager. Because
Iraola's going to Real Madrid, so forget Iraola.
I think Mourinho is currently, I think they're talking about Mourinho going to Real Madrid.
Yeah, I know. Ain't gonna be you, man. But he's finished. Mourinho's finished.
We'll talk about Mourinho Madrid in a second, but go on, Abib.
I mean, what I've heard, sorry, is that I've heard some outlets saying that Chelsea are going to actually start to change their model a bit to be more manager-centric. So that's why we're not being linked with players as much now, because they want to change things to go to more of a, okay, put the manager at the focus, give the manager more control. And if anything, those stories do kind of line up, because maybe they're saying that they want to change things in order to be able to convince a name like Alonso, to be fair. So
yeah,
with that story, I wouldn't rule it out, because those two stories do kind of align still. So
yeah,
the thing that scares me most is if Arne Slot gets sacked. If Slot gets sacked, I think Alonso's going straight to Liverpool. So that's actually
100%.
So when I started hearing them booing when Rio got subbed, I was like, oh crap! I hope they don't boom too much in case the board listen.
Yeah, and I think Slot took a jab at the Salah or something like. Is it the fans or Salah?
I don't know. When I heard, it was like, of course the fans are gonna boo and blah 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 blah. So
yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah,
I think he was saying he's going to try and get them back when obviously when they start winning and stuff next season. He's going to get them back on board.
Yeah, but look, for Chelsea, I think
he's a dead man walking.
I think Chelsea, what's key is the managerial position, and I think for a lot of these top teams, the managers really makes a difference, because when you can bring in quality players, the only person that really can make the difference is the managers. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going toe to toe with a lot of the top teams. As long as you have like a good squad, you can go toe to toe. So it's the manager that can make those nuances in terms of tactical nuances that is needed to get over the line in the big games, and a lot like when you're playing other teams that are not as big. So it's key for you to get the right manager. And if it is Xabi Alonso, we'll see. But a lot would need to change, and it would need to promise a lot. And how they go about convincing him, it might have to be kind of like a Spurs situation with a crazy contract for De Zerbi. That's the only way you can possibly tell him that, look, we are promising you that you are gonna get the reins, that no players are gonna come above you to start talking to us, because that's what needs to happen. Because at the moment, what's happening is players are going above the managers and speaking to the board, and this is where decisions are getting made, and they're overlooking the manager. So, especially what they've done to Maresca, that's done very well for the club. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of convincing. And Graham Hunter said exactly the same thing, that Luis Enrique interviewed for the Chelsea job before PSG. But because of what the discussion he had with your owners and the board, he said absolutely no, that is going in that direction.
At that time, and that's him and Nagelsmann were interviewing for the job too.
Yeah, and they both said no because of the regime that you have in place, and hence the reason why he's so confident. He's so confident that under no circumstances champion loads of goals there. But if you are right, if the club are willing to be a lot more manager centric, and there's one thing saying something is how do you convince them that that's what you're going to do? So that's.
I do hear it, and I do understand where he's coming from. I think now it's just the right timing because I think there's just been so much egg thrown at the owner's face based on the way they've done things. I think now they've probably realized they've got no choice but to go and flip it because I think the way things are played out at Chelsea, it shows. I think before they didn't think the manager was that important, but I think now the way, especially this season, has turned out with us and with other teams, I think now they're realizing how important it is to have a manager that you just back. And I think probably on the market, Alonso is probably the only one that you can have some confidence with. That if you just give him the tools and you just back him, he's going to perform well for you. And I think our team's not that bad. Our team's not perfect. It's far from perfect. But the reason why I'm so calm is that I think if you just sprinkle in a few players in certain positions just to balance the team, and you have a top manager, I think there's enough there already to compete. Like you saw us against Liverpool. Like
I totally agree. And I was touching on this last week when we was talking about the squad and like talking about. I still think your squad, the Arsenal squad, the City squad, Liverpool squad is still ahead of our squad, and I still stand by that. I don't think that. I think all the clubs that I've just mentioned, you guys go into the summer knowing that there's like it's just little pieces that you need to add into the team. There's not like you're not trying to like we need to add big pieces into our squads, like because we'll go into United for Casemiro, for example. You need a character to step in. And on top of that, don't forget the numbers of goals. How do we make up the numbers of goals that Casemiro gets for us? Yeah. See what I'm saying? How do you don't necessarily have to replace it with the players that comes in, but how do we kind of like what Liverpool done, but Liverpool failed at it when they got rid of Trent. So Trent was a playmaker. How do you replace the playmaker? They're trying to get Verts. Yeah. How do you get the assists? See what I'm saying? The goals, then they try to get Isak and so they try to get different players, and then you got Frimpong, obviously the attacking side. So they're trying to get different attributes from different players rather than because Trent is like an anatomy of a right back. You don't get those kind of right backs anywhere else. Do you know what I'm saying? But it didn't work out for Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? For us, it's kind of like, how are we going to get the experience, the leadership, like the goals, you know what I'm saying? Like to replace how we, in terms of like the six, we could probably replace the six. See what I'm saying? But Casemiro offers more than that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just that, and I think that's why when we were talking about how many more pieces do we need to complete the puzzle, I think it's harder for us than Chelsea, than at Arsenal, because Arsenal, you got a squad there. You could just, okay, you're not doing well enough, we get another striker. We get another central midfielder, but everything else is fine. Or we get another winger, because it's not as if like don't have like top class players already. Do you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Chelsea. Like you got Casado, you got Enzo, you got Cole Palmer. You know what I'm saying? You got Reece James, Colwell, like Cucurella, like João Pedro. There's so many players there that I would take any of them in my squad right now, and that's just the honest truth. So I don't think your problem is as pressing in terms of like the squad wise as it is. I think what's important is the right manager. You get the right person in with the squad you've got, and any manager will. And someone like Xabi Alonso, it would probably love to jump into that job with the players that is at his disposal. But the only thing that will be holding it back is the board. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't think any manager wouldn't want to jump into that to manage that squad. And I think is what is going to be holding them back.
Yeah, I think our future completely just depends on that, because if we get Alonso, I would know that we're going to give him a certain amount of control, transfer-wise, team-wise. So I would know that the owners have changed, and I would feel a lot more calm in the future. Like, I know it's in safe hands. If we don't get him and we just get like another puppet manager, then I'll know it's just going to be a repeat of the same thing. But I just know that they can't mess this up, because this is the final chance. Otherwise, our big players are going to start leaving. Enzo, Palmer, all these guys are going to start thinking, they're not serious. Why am I going to waste another year here? So it's a big summer. It's definitely a big summer for us.
Defo. Look, as I said, we'll touch on a bit more in regards to it. But right now, where do you think you finish? Do you think you get that European spot?
I can't lie. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Tottenham beat us. I'm not sure. I think our only way of getting Europe properly is by winning the FA Cup, because I think Tottenham are, one, tactically well drilled now with Zerbi, and two, they just want it more than us now. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Habib, the only thing we require of you for the rest of the season is to beat Tottenham.
No, no. You didn't do your job. You didn't let West Ham.
We did our job. We beat Tottenham. We beat Tottenham. We did our job. We beat Tottenham. You lot gave West Ham 3 points, and you lot took 3 points off West Ham. If you now go give them to Tottenham, it's war next season. It's war next season.
Yeah.
So
okay. Cool. All right, look, let's move on to the United for the last segment before we go into before we do like a roundup on all the other games. We obviously played Sunderland yesterday. It was a 0-0 draw. I think you called me before the game. You thought because Casemiro was out, no certain score, we thought that they'll probably batter us. But look, to be fair, they had a lot of chances. Yeah, they had chances, but it didn't. I just didn't think it was going to batter us anyway. I just didn't think it was that. One, I didn't think it was that clinical. Two, this is not the Sunderland of like the first half of the season. No. They give a lot more chances the way that than they usually do. But the result don't really matter for us as much anymore. I think I'm sure the only thing the team is playing for now is probably for Bruno, to get Bruno this. But that is as if that thingy is cursed, man. That assist record is just cursed, because the amount of times KDB has been so close to it, and he just doesn't get over the line. And I just feel like it might be the same. I think this weekend's one will, like the game against not Forest will determine whether he gets it or not. So
what's he on now? He's still on.
He's on 19.
He's on 19. Hey, so he can equal it.
19. Yeah, so he can equal it. He just needs one more to equal it, and just two more to
break it.
In terms of the game itself, do you really want to discuss the game? Because I'm not really too fussed about.
No, not really. Just like the reason why I said it just shows you the levels between certain players, and people might have been questioning why certain players not coming in the team or not. But when certain players get opportunities to not take it, so well, that's something.
Who are those players?
Certain players are getting moved on, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, as I say, certain players will definitely get moved on, and we can maybe touch about it in a bit as well. Before we go into that, players that will need to get moved on, Bruno's been given the Footballers' Writers Award. Anyone against that?
Yeah, me. How did he get that for good? Because he turned up the last 5 months. Now you go giving him awards.
Not the last 5 months. Don't let us do that. I think it's played all season. Don't let us do that, please. If you don't think he's deserved it, fair enough. But Bruno's played well. He's been consistent all season.
He's been playing very, very well the last 5 months. He was bang average before that.
No, it wasn't.
I understand.
Even when he was still playing very well in that position. He was still playing very well in that position.
He was still creating chances. Like, he was probably top of the chances created in that position, from that position. Sorry, in the Premier League. So let's not do that.
Listen.
Yeah, I don't.
But these awards though, I never take them seriously, because there's been plenty of players that I've seen who should have won it in the past that didn't win it, and there's plenty of players that won it in the past that shouldn't have won it. So I never take these awards seriously.
Isn't this dominated by players?
No, the Writers' Award is different. The Writers' Award is by journalists.
Yeah, journalists.
So, the Players' Award is the PFA players. Yeah,
it's prestigious, but I just feel like these these journalists just pick their favorite players, like, you know.
Well, it is their award really, so it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah. I get. Like, I hear what you're saying. They can, but Bruno hasn't always been the media's darling, really, for them just to be picking Bruno because they like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been a lot written about him. If anything, someone like Declan Rice is a lot more a media's darling than a Bruno. If we're talking about favorite, I feel some. I like Declan. Don't get me wrong, but I feel but everybody loves Declan. But I think Declan can be very performative at times. Like, I just think he just like plays to the camera at times, and just like, bro, like I'm not knocking anything away from Declan because I'm a Declan fan. I love Declan. But sometimes I think
sound like it there.
I think sometimes it can dramatize situations, like after the Man City game, it's not over.
No, he was telling Odegaard, because Odegaard was looking like a little lost boy. Like,
bro, the camera is there. Like, go and tell him that in the changing room, bro. Like, because the camera is coming past him, walking past you, it's not over. You don't need all of that. That's performative, man. Like, as I said, like I like Declan, but if anything, he's more of a media darling than definitely a Bruno. And we talk about, it's Arsenal, bro. As if people don't hate United. The reason why they don't hate United now is because we're in a decent position, bro. United gets a lot more stick, bro. We honestly get
more stick than Arsenal.
Of course we do, bro.
Oh, please,
of course we do.
Do you know?
We don't get no more stick. The reason
who gets more stick, Man United or Arsenal?
United.
Oh my!
It's United.
Are you kidding here?
Don't mind this.
Hold on. We win a game. We get stick.
No, that's your own fan base. That's your own fan base, not the divorce. United's been getting stick for how many years, bro? And it shows how many. Even the reason why we got away with over the years with Fergie, because Fergie's managed to control it. He's managed to control the media.
I don't doubt.
And he's done very well.
I don't doubt the miracle.
Even when Fergie was there, bro, everybody didn't want us to win the league because I'm saying no one wanted us to win the league. But look, I'm not going to argue. If you think you get more stick, I disagree. I think United gets more stick, and you're definitely up there. Don't get me wrong, you are definitely.
I think you're definitely up there too.
But I just think we get more than you. That's the only difference.
You know, I think the reason why it feels like Arsenal might get more stick now is just because you've been in the same position for so long. So it kind of feels like, if nothing's changing, like come on, do something, man. Like, come and do something. Whereas with Man United, they've also been kind of crap for so long that it's kind of like the expectations have lowered a little bit more. But I still think in general, United do get more stick.
I think Arsenal fans get more stick because like your fan base is crazy, but Arsenal, if you're talking about the clubs, like Man United, no question.
100%. Like, for me personally, anyway, we definitely get more stick, bro. Like, I think the scrutiny.
Yeah, I guess because your club's not well run right at this minute.
Exactly, the scrutiny. Everyone wants to make a headline when it comes to United. Any little thing, if anything goes on in the changing room, that might happen in another changing room. It gets blown out of proportion, bro. How many? Even when a new manager comes in, like, I think Carrick has done well dealing with the press, but that's because they like him. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's English. I think that helps him. But look how Hammer was getting battered left, right, and center. The question that they were asking him. Like,
the amount of times you're asking him the same question, like, as in, chill, like, you've asked him he's going to change the formation. How many times are you going to ask him that? Chill.
Like, he was doing 10, 20 interviews. Like, do you do that kind of interviews?
Yeah. It is close though. It is close. It is very close.
I'm saying. It is close, but I don't agree that you get battered more than us. I do. You're definitely up there. There's no way I'm going to say, because I hate. See what I'm saying? So, because if you do the numbers now, there's 3 of us here that hates you. So I'm not going to try and sit here and say you don't get. Of course you do. Like, and he's definitely high up there. Like, is very high, but I don't think it's as much as us. We'll probably be first and you'll be second.
Just quickly, do you know what? With Arsenal, I think the reason why, at least for me, the reason why they hate this there so much is because you guys haven't won anything in a while. Let's say you already won things. I don't think I'd care as much. But you know when you want to, like, just preserve that record of you not winning for so long. I think that's the reason why there's so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so much.
I think that's what it is. I think it will all down now once you win something. And
I don't think people care that
and
much.
as Abib said, we won't really have much to hold against you anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas now the pressure's probably gonna be more on United of you ain't won anything for 12 years, 13 years, 15 years.
How long is it now?
13 years now? 13.
13 years since Fergie, flipping it.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, it's about that, isn't it? Yeah.
2013 he left. Yeah, 13 years. So yeah,
I think it's kind of like, do you remember when City and Liverpool were challenging for the league, and then people were asking a lot United fans who would rather win because they're both your rivals, right? And I think a lot of United fans are saying Man City just because they're used to Man City winning all the time, but Liverpool's never won the league, so I think it's that situation.
So look, King, I guess you don't agree. Who would do you think that should have been football writers award?
Gabriel.
Yeah, I agree. If I was going to put someone forward, it would be Gabriel, because Declan Rice came second. I don't think and that's we're talking about median darlings. Is because of that. That's why it came second. I don't think he should have come second. And then I don't know how the hell Haaland is third, but I'm guessing it's just because of his goals. Yeah, he's third. But yeah, he's third, and they could. Yeah, but I thought Bruno deserved it. Even PFA, look, PFA is decided by players. Who's in it? I'm not.
Even that one, I don't even take too much.
If Gabriel gets it, I'm not gonna begrudge Gabriel getting it.
Even if Gabriel gets it, I'm not even gonna look at it like because even that one, like I said,
more important
in the past, I've seen players that I feel like didn't deserve it win it.
Yeah, but that one's probably more important because these are votes from your peers. Like
no, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about PFA as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. PFA probably means more to players because these are votes from your peers. Where I'm not sure how much the writers one will mean to them because you can look at writers award and say, what do they know? They're only, as you say, they're just playing favoritism.
Still prestigious though. It's still very prestigious.
Yeah, he is exactly. I know it's very prestigious, but you can argue that our players might not mean them as the PFA one. Yeah. This is a player that you're going up against week in, week out.
Week in, week out,
And then for them to vote you, they must have some level of respect for you because you're going up against them and they're walking off the pitch and thinking, "Oh, what a player!" Do you know what I'm saying? So all depending on that, and I think it's hard for like defenders to win it at times, but sometimes as an attacker, when you go up against a player that you just can't beat, you just have to give it to them. But it's hard for like defenders and attackers to win this award. I'll be honest with you. So if he doesn't understand it, but I would personally, for me, I know Declan Rice has had a good season, but I'm just not putting him ahead of like Bruno's season. I'm really not. That's me personally. Just a quick one side. How many players do you think United need in the summer? If you would just go through the positions where you think. Don't forget. There's no restriction, but you just go from your own personal view. Where do you think we need to add? We need to add an additional striker.
Yeah, definitely additional striker, and not just an additional striker, but someone who's got a bit of experience. Someone like probably like 27, 28 will fit the profile who can get goals.
And there's someone like Mateta fit that experience.
He's got enough goals in the Premier League, but also like someone who's good at their craft as well. So he is kind of good at his craft, but I need someone who, in a position, you say they're going to score. If you get what I'm saying, whether it's in the air, whether
he misses too many easy chances for my liking.
He does.
He's not at the level.
But there's
you want someone that is going to push ahead of Sesko in that position.
Yeah, so someone that's definitely going to like challenge him, like go into.
If you're talking about challenging, I think Mateta and Watkins, but if you're talking about someone that's going to push ahead of him, I don't think we have the budget to blow that on a striker. I think we're going to blow that on the midfielder. So, either we get players that is going to challenge him, like the Mateta. We'll get to that, but we'll get to that. But so I don't know who else is out there that we can potentially get. that.
Alvarez is the only like out and out like goal
Yeah,
getter.
I think he's favourite to go to Barca. Yeah, he's
Huh?
probably the only. Yeah,
You're forgetting about my boys that want him.
You're gonna spend that kind of money on him, though.
yeah, why not? But I think if he had his choice, I'm sure he's going to pick Barca ahead of you.
No, the rumors that I've been reading is that he will choose Arsenal ahead of Barcelona, and Barcelona don't have the funds.
The rumor I've been hearing is that it's Barca. It's just whether Barca can fork up the money.
Yeah, because I heard Barcelona don't have the funds.
Yeah, it's just. It's,
trying to do that thing where he keeps both options warm, but he knows where his heart's at. But just in case he can't go Barca, he's like, oh no, I always wanted to go Barca.
yeah,
I don't know what's going on like Lewandowski, but even like someone that's experienced and like maybe like
possibly Lever's contract runs out, so if Lever wants to come,
and like it don't need to be a long term, like just something like short term. So like like Tesco can learn from them and whatnot. That's why, and obviously we've got more games going on as well, so someone that can actually score goals.
Lever is not a bad shout. That's about he's got a contract on the table with Barcelona. It was whether he accepts that or not. It's a reduced amount, and there's contracts elsewhere. But I just think like someone like Lever, we're just gonna slightly going backwards because you want silly money. We just need like that kind of money.
But I don't want to have to blow the budget. That's why I say like as in I'm not gonna say like as in if there's not someone out and out, then let's get someone that.
I'll be honest with you. Realistically, if we're being realistic, I think it will be like the Prem players that I've mentioned. It will be the Watkins or the Mateta. That I still think that should be enough because they'll still challenge him, and then like we know they are.
Or even
goals in the league. There might not be a clinical, but I think what we need to understand is we're just trying to get to the next step. The next step is not necessarily mean that this has to be like a top striker as a finisher. Next step can be okay, cool. We just need to stay in the Champions League again, and then we get another clinical striker that can make us. If Sesko's then hasn't developed after the second season, then we need to go for someone else. So I think we now just need to go get. Sometimes it's not about the finished articles; it's about who can get us to the next step. And the next step is maybe to compete. If it can compete for 2-3, until January, until February, before Arsenal, City, or Liverpool run away with it, that can be the next step. But it doesn't necessarily mean we need to go and get someone that's completely ready.
I even like someone I just think about it, like Tony, like they've got players in Saudi right now, isn't it? Like even I don't know if it's possible to tempt Benzema or whatever, but just someone that can get goals and someone that can.
I just don't think those are realistic. I think
Tony should be like Tony should.
Yeah. Who? Tony?
Tony?
Yeah, Ivan Tony. Yeah.
Or Ivan Tony.
Ivan Tony, but he's not realistic because of his the tax situation. He needs to stay in Saudi for a certain amount of time. I don't know. But Tony is the same as the other ones that we're talking about. Tony is the same as Mateta. I'll put him in the same bracket as Mateta.
He's more. I think he's a better finisher than Mané.
Yeah, but I think off the ball is not as good as the rest of them off the ball. So like, it might be able to get more goals, but it's just not. It's not. I think it will end up balancing itself out at the end of the day. I'll be honest with you. So I think it'll probably be the same. For me personally, anyway, Tony is probably a better finisher, but off the ball, I don't think he's as good as the rest of them. And he doesn't move much. Tony wants the ball to give him to his feet.
Yeah, straight to feet.
Always wants his feet. He does it, and we don't want a strike. That's not what we want. We want a striker that be standing still, not moving, getting across the pitch enough. I don't really want that.
And plus, he's been playing in Saudi Arabia. How competitive is that league now to come back to the Premier League?
I don't subscribe to that because there's still players in that league, so I don't subscribe to that.
You think you guys need another left winger as well?
Yeah. We need another left winger.
If that's the case,
let's go with a striker. What position?
Another winger, like as in someone that can fill in left and right. But
talk about player, but winger.
Habib, I swear you got a left winger for sale.
Do you know what?
We're not talking to Chelsea for wingers.
I'll give you a special 2-for-1 deal.
No. We're good.
You need a left winger. 2-for-1 deal.
We're good. Don't worry.
Harry Kane, Alejandro Garnacho, the Argentina midget, 2-for-1 deal for you, my friend. For you, my friend.
Are you trying to sell that we got rid of to you? Like,
You got
All right,
the
so left winger, striker, left winger. How many central midfielder?
If you can get more, great. But two centre mids,
Okay,
a
that's four.
fullback and a centre back.
How many fullbacks? Just one fullback.
One fullback. Again, we can't do everything this window, innit? So one fullback
and one centre back. That's 6. Yeah, I think we're similar. I'll say 7. I want 3 centre midfielder.
Yeah, but again, how realistic is it? Like, if that's the case, it's great. Yeah,
but we're gonna get 2 definitely, and hopefully, Ugarte goes. We get another. We need 3.
And just on Akeem's point, if Chouameni is there, they went fighting the other day. If he's available,
I think we're having a discussion with Chouameni. My only problem with Chouameni is that I don't know whether he's using us to get a better contract at Real Madrid or he genuinely wants to come. Like, I don't want to go through that whole saga again. There's conversation going on, but he might be, and one, he might be using us to get a good, better contract. Secondly, we don't know who Real Madrid's manager is going to be. If the new manager is saying, "Look, I need him," it's going to be important to my plans. I'd rather not us play around with some when there's other concrete genuine midfielders out there that can step up. And I think just to make life easier for us, I think Ederson's situation is very clear. I think we should just get him. It'll be like 35 million, 40 million, secure him, which eases a lot of pressure and other negotiations with other midfielders, because if you can secure one, we won't be under as much pressure going into like negotiation with other midfielders that we might want to get, especially
the talk around him's kind of died down. Like there was like some Ederson in it, like there was some
very not I don't know all ongoing. He's agreed contract with Atletico Madrid. He's agreed personal terms with Atletico Madrid, but Atletico Madrid don't want to pay the 45 million asking price for Atlanta, and Atlanta's not having it. And that's when Arsenal's now stepped in. So it's still definitely going on.
What Arsenal do?
Yeah, so it's United and Arsenal that are now stepping up because they don't want to pay the 45 million.
See,
I've got a question.
He's decent, but sorry. This is why when I mentioned Chouameni, I wanted to ask you guys here, because obviously there's drama at Real Madrid with Chouameni and Valverde. Now, obviously, it's looking like more likely Chouameni. But if you had the option of either Chouameni or Valverde, who would you rather get?
No, I'm taking Valverde.
Valverde, but he's got more to his. He's got like you can play him in different positions, and he's just
exactly. You can play him 6, you can play him 8, you can play him 10.
Yeah, that does a lot more for
right
the
wing.
He ain't leaving Real Madrid, man. They love him out there. He ain't leaving Real Madrid. Valverde.
I think obviously, but in terms of like the complete midfielder, probably Valverde, but we need a 6 really. So yeah, I think
Chouameni a 6 though.
Yeah,
you can do it. You can be a 6. But the thing with
Chouameni is more of a 6 than anything else.
The thing with Chouameni for me, there's no guarantee.
Me personally, if you ask me, he's more of 6 than anything else. I don't see him as he can play as an 8.
Yeah, I'll prefer him there.
But I'll prefer him as a 6. Okay. I won't see him as a 10. So the only
definitely not as a 10. But
yeah,
I'll
for me, he's I think he's more of a 6 than anything else than an 8. But it's always good to have the qualities of stepping into an 8. But I just think if you ask me, he's more of a 6 than anything else. There's no harm in being a 6 and being able to offer more.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that.
Definitely.
Do you know what I'm saying? If you're 6,
that's even better.
More. Yeah, like Casado is a 6, but he can offer more. Do you know what I'm saying? Those players are like, if you can get a bit more from your 6, but I won't say no to him. Yeah,
I got a question for you, Tom. Though, like, if Barca don't want to pay that money for Rashford, would you take him back in the United squads?
Personally,
good question.
I don't want him back. I would just want to send him to someone else, because I just feel like sometimes when a relationship's been broken, I know it's going to be a new manager, but there's been a lot of like he's worked under different managers and his conduct during that time hasn't been the best. And I know sometimes it's not all him, and sometimes there's a situation with managers as well. But I think where the change room is right now, and I think a lot that's down to Aberrant as well, where we've got what we don't want to do is start taking step backs, because even at Barca, it was dropped out of the team a couple of times because it was late.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so little things like that. I just don't think, like, I've always defended Rashford while I was at United. I think it's a brilliant player. I still think he's a brilliant player. Nothing has changed, but I would like just to move on from that chapter. I think the likes of Rashford, the Garnachos, there's a few players that just give us unnecessary headlines. Yeah, that unnecessary headlines that we don't need. And we just need to try and, I just said, like, there's a lot of scrutiny on the club as it is. So I would just love to put that relationship to the side and just get someone fresh. And we can get someone fresh. I think we can spend money on better talent like Diomandi at Leipzig.
It's gonna cost an arm and a leg, though.
Yeah, there's players there. I think he's released clauses at 70 million. I don't know what it is, don't quote me, but there's players there that we can possibly attract ahead of like Rashford. We can thank Rashford for all his service over the years, but I just don't want that. I don't want it back personally.
To be fair, I agree. Yeah, but second question is then Højlund. If Napoli don't pay the money for him, then would you take him back?
And he's going. They're paying for him.
He said by force.
Probably will lend money himself if he has to.
By force, Tommy's like, hey, he's going.
Even if they weren't paying for him, I wouldn't want him back, because I do think Sesko is a better player than him personally. Definitely. For me anyway. For me personally, and secondly, he is definitely going because part of like the clause in the contract is they have to make Champions League football.
Oh, they have, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, they're making Champions League football. So,
I was looking at his stats here, like he's performed like a 1 in 3 goals for them.
See, and I've said this a lot of the times, yeah, and I keep arguing with people, and a lot of people say, "Oh, Man United players are shit, they're shit." I'm like, it's not like they're shit. It's just necessarily they're just they're not good enough to play for United. There will be teams that you can go into that, and the style of play will suit your profile as a player. So people need to understand that. I'm not saying he's a shit player, but Italian football will suit you. You know what I'm saying? If you go into Italian football, it's gonna work well for you. You're gonna get the space you want. Run in behind, you can hold pin defenders back like you want all the time. You know what I'm saying? In the Premier League, you can't pin no one back. Everyone's just as strong as you. Everyone's just as quick as you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just your intelligence as a player. That's what gets you ahead of like
intelligence and technical ability.
And technical abilities. You know what I'm saying? Even the technical ability, everyone's technical when it comes to that. So there's little nuances that makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? Your mentality, like your intelligence, those little things. So in the Premier League, and you're going to find that out at the beginning of the season when it was running down the touchline. All the defenders kept up with him. All the defenders were brushing him aside as if he was a baby, and you see how big Gyökeres is. So these players tend to find this out the hard way, unless you learn how to use your body properly, because strikers are not as big, but can use their body properly, like the Alvarez, for example.
Even Nketiah's.
He's a skinny boy, but he knows how to like create a space from defenders. You get what I'm saying? Those little things, little movement, like local groupie from like Bournemouth, you know what I'm saying?
Even Eddie Nketiah.
You know what I'm saying? Just little things that certain strikers don't have. You have to learn that, and I think that's what he's down for, isn't it? And unfortunately, when you get bought for like a huge price out of a club like United, you don't really get that. You don't get the time that, although you should be given the time, but because of the pressure of the club, it's hard. And see what I'm saying? So yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, one is definitely going. Two, I wouldn't want it back anyway.
Fair enough.
So, look, there's a lot more to discuss next week as we get closer to the end of the season. But before we do that, let's just quickly round up this games and this weekend's game. We have, as we discussed in it as well, let's just go through like the European position as well. Who do we think is going to make it? So we have Brighton against Wolves. They beat Wolves 3-0. There's no surprise there. Do you think Brighton can keep up to keep that sixth position? Potentially, they're still not far away from Villa in fifth. Well, I'm guessing Brighton will be rooting for Villa to win the Europa League. Do you think they can get Champions League football?
That's 6 behind Aston Villa, though, isn't it? That's too much of a gap with 2 games to go.
How many points?
They're 6 behind Villa.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Yeah, they're 6 behind Villa with 2 games to go.
I thought
I think Brighton should just.
Bournemouth that are closer to Villa.
Yeah, Bournemouth.
Are 4 points behind Villa. My bad. Yeah.
It'll be best. It'll be in Bournemouth's best interest to try just get a. Oh nah, it's crazy. They need to beat City for us.
Yeah, Bournemouth needs to win in order to keep into that race. So it'll be interesting to see how. And then the next game, obviously, Villa probably not going to play the strong team because they got Europa League in a few days. So Europa League is before the Conference League final.
So wait, hold on. Sorry. So this sixth spot, yeah, is between Brentford, Brighton, and Bournemouth, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tricky. This is tricky.
It's a tricky one.
Because if Bournemouth win the next 2 games and Villa are on the beach now until that Europa League final. Yeah.
Because if Villa wins that Europa League final, nothing really matters anymore. Because even if they finish 6, you don't really matter.
They get Europe. No, but if Villa finish 6, they get Champions League. If they win the Europa League, but fifth place won't get Champions League.
Oh, I see.
You get it?
I see. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
If Villa really want to be boss, but then
that's what I'm saying.
No. But think about it. If Villa, because Villa would have won Europa League before the last game of the season if they won it.
Yeah.
And what that means is, if I'm Brentford or Brighton, I'm not winning my last game.
Last game of the season. Yeah, but head the kicker. Say you're Brighton, yeah, or Bournemouth, yeah, and you don't win your last game of the season, but you now not winning your last game of the season means you don't finish in the season. That's what I'm saying. It's tricky.
That both of them might need to have some sort of agreement somewhere. Hey, rock, paper, scissors. because what I'm saying, because let's say they're a point behind Villa's playing
they got Man City on the last day
at the end of the season, and then they win, they got on top of Villa, and Villa's already won the Europa League. Bro, they're not going to win. They'd rather take their chances.
Yeah.
You know what though? Like, Brighton's got Man United, Brighton's at home to United, and Liverpool, Brentford's away to Liverpool, isn't it? So it's not just in their hands, if you know what I'm saying. They can't.
They have to take their chances, bro. They'd rather lose that game. They're just gonna. It has to come to it. They would just lose that game. Like, do you know what Champions League means to those teams?
Brother. It's the Holy Grail.
Bournemouth in the Champions League is absolutely ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Imagine Brighton.
Habib, if Bournemouth or Brighton make Champions League, hang your head in shame. No, especially Brighton. Especially if Brighton make it ahead of you, because you stole how many of their players?
All right, cool. We then have, obviously, we talked about Bournemouth already. They beat Fulham 1-0. Burnley drew to Villa 2-2. Villa could have really secured top 5 by just beating Burnley today, but they didn't. Palace is
Villa. What's wrong with that team, bro? You just can't rely on them for anything.
See that, Hakeem? Burnley are warming up for you guys. Michael Jackson had to move me out. He's had to move me, and I got a game plan for you guys.
No. We've got Palace drew to Everton. Everton is still in position to get like a European football as well. So they're still if they won today, they would have gone ahead of Chelsea, so they would have been 8th position. But I think they're 9th. They're behind Chelsea, I believe it. So let me just double check.
Level points, just goal difference, isn't it?
Okay, Chelsea, yeah.
Chelsea 9.
Okay. So Chelsea's 9th. Oh wow.
Yeah, Chelsea's 9th.
You're not even in the European football position at the moment, Chelsea.
I don't even look at the table. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Sir, quickly. At what point in the season did you stop looking at the table?
When we lost to Man United.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad we're able to do that for you. and then we have Forest and Newcastle 1-1. I think Forest are definitely safe now.
Yeah, they are.
Both guys are not playing anything. They're not playing for anything. I think if Forest really want to be nice, let Bruno get his record next week, because we're playing them next week. It's just they've got nothing to play for.
You see that all the games today were draws. This is why Arsenal, they shouldn't have decided VAR, because it would have been perfect, a perfect clean sweep of draws.
Yeah, I heard that. Look, that's it, man. That's it. Another week of football. We don't have much left of these weeks. I think we've got a couple of weeks left. We need to start thinking of our team of the season. We need to do our team of the season, player of the season awards. And then, as I said, we'll obviously need to do some predictions ahead of next season to see what we're thinking, how we think our teams are going to turn around next season. And the World Cup, don't forget, there will be World Cup vlogs. Please subscribe. I'll be out there in the US. I'm going into. I'll give you one of the games. I'm going to the Germany's first game, just one of the first games that they're going to be seeing.
Who they playing?
I think can't remember. It should be like a 10-0 game. To be honest, I think is it who would they call the game? Oh, what the name of the country? Cuckoo. I can't remember.
Oh, Curacao.
That's the one.
No, they might be decent, you know. Ruud Gullit and Karen saying for all them man there.
Yeah, getting bad, man.
How did they make it to the World Cup? What?
So I'm going there. I think there might be two. I don't want to confirm yet. There might be possibly going to other games. I might be seeing Kylian Mbappe. So we'll confirm that later.
Kylian and then Ousmane and
I have a few words with too many in the summer. I have a few words with him. United sent me on a mission. Don't worry, I'll have a few words with too many in the summer. And yeah, so those potentially, but the one that if I can, which I would say the Germany game is definitely, I'm going to that. Inshallah. Then might be going to San Francisco, potentially watch Austria, and I can't remember who they're playing. And then that's like 80-90%. And then same thing with the France game, 80-90%. I'm going to that. It's the England one that's just nothing is confirmed at the moment. So but hopefully, yeah, I'm trying to get that sorted out. Let's go full game. But I'll be going to like fan parks and all of that. So fan events. So I'll be blogging it so you guys can watch. So please, if you want to see that, subscribe. See me at the World Cup. I can't lie, I'm so gassed. I'm excited.
Yeah, I bet you are.
You don't understand how happy I am, but yeah, man. But don't worry, boys. I'll be just tune into the vlog. You can live through me. But into the vlogs.
No, I'll be tuning in still. I'll be tuning in.
Me and Ade, that should be going. Unfortunately, Saeed was supposed to go, but hey, when you have family, it doesn't really. Sometimes
he said, "Say the missus was grounded."
And his daughter's birthday during her first birthday. So, yeah,
that's the official excuse. The unofficial excuse is
the missus grounded you.
They didn't let me into the country. My eyes forgot tonight.
Yeah.
Just
But yeah.
tell Harry Kane and all them guys to bring it home in it while you're out.
Yeah. Tell them to bring it home.
They're not bringing nothing home, bro. The only thing that's coming home is me back home. That's it, bro.
Nah, man. Nah. Be positive.
I
want Super Race this year.
I'm getting into the hype this year, bro. I'm glad the hype is not as big this year because I think everyone deep down knows that it's not coming this year. We all know this year. Normally, I get quite gassed, but deep down, it's not coming, man. But look, we'll discuss that another day. Look, thanks, people. Thanks for tuning in again. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
We're not going without saying that Barcelona clinched the title today at home against.
I didn't. What's the final score?
2-0.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Madrid supporter anyway, so I don't really.
I am too, but like as in, at home.
La Liga is a corrupt league. Forget that league. I don't pay. It's a corrupt league.
Look, tune in, people. We'll be back next week. 2 more weeks before the season's finished. We'll do a lot more preview of like the Champions League games. Final ahead and the Europa League and Conference League final before then. But until then,
we'll cover the European Cup finals. Yeah, please, yes.
Be out, boys.
Peace.
Next week. Peace.